So I started this episode in Jan of this year, and the first episode that I did was about getting a foot scrub, which was actually about an accident that I had on the bike with my kids. And even though I kind of recorded it in a light, fun sort of a way, there was actually a lot of trauma that I was going through at that time, and it was in a way a good way to sort of talk about it and process the trauma. There are lots of things that I did at that time. One of those things was journaling and art, and these are the two things that I sort of learned, about 7 or 8 years ago when I was processing the grief of having lost my first child, Ariel. And this time when I went through this trauma of, a lesser trauma than having lost a child, but the tools that I learned at that time, and the two most powerful tools being journaling, and art, were those that I sort of were able to use straight away and process this trauma and get out of it a lot faster. So I just want to inspire you today, if you've had traumas in your life, or if you're going through something, to really take a moment and journal and head on face what you are going through. It's okay to feel, whether it's feeling scared, whether it's feeling vulnerable, whether it's feeling like you're having flashbacks of things, and whatever it is. I really want to encourage you today to, and sometimes you face it head on by like writing exactly what you're feeling or talking about it, and sometimes you just kind of want to escape it. So just playing with colors and just feeling paints in your hand, or maybe clay, or working with your hands, like building something or carving something. Those things really, really help. So I'm going to read out a journal entry that I wrote at that time. And it's really raw and vulnerable. And like, I didn't feel ready to share it before, but I am now. And I want to share it with you with the hopes of inspiring you to do the same. And, and it's okay to do that. So this is 16th of Jan. I'll read two journal entries, 16th of Jan and 22nd of Jan. So 16th of Jan goes like this. The trauma, it's hitting me now. My brain is going through the zillion possibilities of what might have happened that day on the scooter. The worst case scenarios. But those are not what happened. What happened was that God saved us. He saved me and my children. And for that, I am grateful. It keeps coming back to me that we could have been smashed by a car or a scooter coming from the front or the back. That I could have lost my kids. And that's all that I wrote on that day, because I couldn't bear to think any further than that. A week later, I wrote this entry. A slammed truckload of stuff is hitting me at the moment. Physical pain, emotions, trauma, the feeling of being done, not having the strength to carry the weight right now. I need a good cry and a hug. The AC remote fell on my nose at 4 a.m. today, exactly where it hurts already, just as I was healing up. The internal and external wound opened up again. I felt my nose crack and pain shooting through my nose and up my skull. I felt blood trickling down the open wound on my nose and blood going backwards up my nose, inside and into my throat. I wanted to cry at the sheer stupidity and absurdity of the situation. Like, why? My mind raced through a series of possibilities and explanations and anger and upsetness. But mostly I just wanted to cry. I don't want to be brave. I just want to cry. And so I did the thing that made the most sense to me. I journaled, listened to an audiobook, and slept. For 3 hours after breakfast, from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. I literally dragged myself out of bed at 1:30 p.m. just to give my baby some lunch, and in the process eat my mom's tasty good food. Thank God for large families, eh? Then I journaled this bit and I'm going back to sleep. Good night or good afternoon, siesta time. Bye-bye. So, just wanted to share that with you. I broke my nose at that time, and then I was just kind of healing up, and then the AC remote just fell on my nose and broke it again. It was so stupid, and I couldn't even cry in that moment because of the fact that if I cried and my nose got all full of snot, I would have to blow my nose and it would bleed, and so, which is why I was just so frustrated at that moment. But yeah, I just thought I'd share this with you. I hope you have a great week. God bless you. Bye. See you next time.